Hey, what's up? How's it going? Welcome back to the channel. It is Kev from LingoKev here. And first off, some apologies for being gone from YouTube for so long. I have some updates for the channel at the end of this video, so stay tuned. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video today is I want to give you all a language learning update for 2023. I want to give a language review about all the goals that I've set for this year and what kind of progress I have made thus far. I wanted to give you all a little bit of a channel update at the end of this video as well to share with you all my vision and what I plan to do with this channel moving forward. So yeah, let's get started then. So language learning 2023, what have we been doing this year? What have we been up to? Let's take a look. If you haven't watched the video about my language learning goals for 2023, you can check it out in the box above. But pretty much I've been dedicating this year to study Cantonese, Spanish, and Portuguese. And I've taken some notes in my handy dandy notebook, just some interesting points about what progress I have made this year and what resources I've been using. So we can start off with Cantonese. Cantonese is a language that I feature prominently in the LingoKev YouTube channel. And it's also a language that I've been studying a lot last year. This year, however, I've only spent the months of January to March studying Cantonese. The bulk of my studies has been watching Cantonese YouTubers and listening to Cantonese podcasts. Now, while listening to Cantonese podcasts, I have been utilizing my Cantonese podcast study routine where I list a step-by-step guide up here above. Pretty much, I've been using this resource called Chatty Cantonese, which is an awesome podcast. They talk about really interesting topics, mostly around language learning and specifically Cantonese language learning, as well as Cantonese and Hong Kong culture. It's a really interesting podcast, but the best part about it is that they provide audio transcript and a vocabulary list with definitions on their website itself. So it has been really useful for myself to be able to compare my notes with the actual transcript. And yeah, they have it all for free. You can check out their website. I'll leave it in the description below. Next, we'll move on to Spanish. Now, Spanish, I will be honest, I've not really been doing any active studying. It is also a language that I'm mostly maintaining, so it's okay that I have not really been doing any kind of active studying here. But I have been doing a lot of speaking in Spanish in my day-to-day life, and I consume a lot of Spanish content. So I will mark up Spanish studying to mostly passive studying and leave that there. Finally, for Portuguese this year, I've been doing quite a bit in comparison with the rest of my languages. I haven't been doing, if I think about my language learning this year, it's mostly from January to March, big pause, and then August till now in October. And with Portuguese, it has mostly been Duolingo for those first 3 months, big pause. Then starting from August, I started reviewing Portuguese again, using a grammar book as well as Duolingo. I've taken 5 italki classes with Portuguese, and then I've also been listening to podcasts, about 30 hours of Portuguese podcasts under my belt, and a lot of random YouTube videos. Now, the reason for the increase of this, and also I will add a side note that I've been doing a little bit of focus on European Portuguese, and the reason for this was because I had a little trip to Porto this year. I actually just got back recently. So it was a fun trip where I got to use a little bit of Portuguese and kind of make use of it. Where I see Portuguese going from now on, I think I'm going to go back to focusing on Brazilian Portuguese just because I think I enjoy it more, and then I do have more friends, Brazilian friends, that I can practice Brazilian Portuguese with. So it just makes sense for me. It was fun learning some travel and survival European Portuguese phrases, and it was fun using the little I could in Porto when I was visiting. Now I think I will go back onto the Brazilian Portuguese study train. That's pretty much it for language learning. I will say that language learning in 2023 has been less of a craze, I will say, than it has been for me in previous years. I've had a lot of new priorities, new interests that have been taking more time in my life. And so I've been dedicating mostly, I would say, about an average of 3 to 5 hours per week studying languages in the months that I was actually doing some active language learning. Okay, cool. So now a short little channel update. So as you guys know, I've been MIA for some time now, a couple of months, and just pretty much everything's okay. Life's been great. I've just been having some other priorities that have been more important to me than YouTube. YouTube has been this really great passion project of mine, and it's something that I do want to continue. I just cannot allocate as much time to it as some other things that have been going on in my life. Will you continue to see more LingoKev videos? Yes. Will you see the same level of consistency that I had maybe earlier this year or last year? Probably not. You might see some videos here and there, but I won't have as regular of a cadence going from here on out. Also, another thing to come up about this channel, if you have been following me from the beginning or you look past my past videos, you'll see that a lot of my videos, a big portion has been focused on learning Cantonese. A smaller portion has been dedicated to Spanish, how I like to make videos on language learning, tips, challenges, curiosities, here and there. What do I plan to do moving forward? I want to make this channel a little bit more general. I don't want to necessarily focus the niche on Cantonese. Also, because I am not actively studying Cantonese anymore, it just doesn't seem to make sense as well. So the idea is I think I will turn the notch down on the Cantonese videos. You will still see some Cantonese content. It just won't be the prime focus of this channel. I do hope to provide some more videos about Spanish. It is something that is very relevant to my current life, and I have a lot to say about, so I hope to share more Spanish content with you all as well. And finally, I do want to move a little bit, not just from language learning, but also talk about living abroad and living in Spain specifically. So I want to share a little bit about what it's been like as a foreigner living abroad and as a foreigner living in Spain, learning about the Spanish culture, all these different cool things about Spain. Also, if you are also learning a language this year, I would love to hear about your own progress in the comments below. In the end, I really enjoy having this online language learning community, so let me know what's been going well for you, what's not for language learning in 2023. All right, I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.